Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Time for my weekly What Sold. And you guys, absolute, amazing, killer, insane weekend. Over $2,000 in sales. You will not want to miss it. All right, friends. Yeah, $2,000 in gross sales on eBay. And then Mercari, I have two sales going out over there for, I think there's almost 200 over here too. No, it's more than that, you guys. There's another $300 on Mercari. Wow. Okay, so I'm excited to go into these. I will try and stay focused, but I don't know. Everyone is back to school this morning. They were off last week for fall break. The kids do have school today, even though it is a government holiday. What is it? Not St. Patrick's Day. Columbus Day. Thank you. And they still have school because they were off last week for fall break. They don't get today off, which is fine because they were also off the Friday before fall break as like their bonus day. They always do that. Whenever there's a week-long vacation, spring break, fall break, Christmas break, they always add that Friday as a bonus day. They call it the teacher planning day. No, it's a bonus day for these kids to get an extra day off. And I'm ready for them to be back in school and get back to reality. So we've got 23 items for the gross profit of $2,016. And then we have the two over on Mercari. So 25 items in one weekend. So I am recording this still Monday morning, and I don't have to ship this stuff until tomorrow. It actually didn't dawn on us until last night when I'm like, oh, we should probably start pulling orders. I've got 20 something orders to pack today. Like, let's get this started. And then last night it hit us that the post office is closed today. So no, I do not have to rush and get these orders done last night at 8 o'clock at night. I did not want to do that. So luckily I pushed it to today, and here we are recording, and I'll still pack everything today just so it's ready. And if I have any other amazing sales for the rest of the day, we will include it in this video. But even though it's a 3-day weekend, a 3-day shipping weekend, in my weekend eBay what sold videos, I usually only include 2 days anyway. So yeah, I mean, this is just 2 days worth of sales. I did have to cancel one. I had 24 sales, and this guy, I am so glad to cancel it. He was a pain from the beginning. It was a water filter. No, a fridge filter, okay? So I think it was a GE refrigerator filter, and it sold for $9 and change, free shipping. All right, so minus my cost of good, minus my shipping, I would have made like $2 on this filter, which, that's fine. I listed it. That's my problem. I'm happy to still ship it and make a couple bucks, right? But first thing he does, he orders this on Friday afternoon and asks me to ship it on that day. I'm like, no, it's Friday afternoon. I've already done my orders today. I'm not going out of my way for a $2 item. Like, no thank you. I'll ship this when I ship my orders. So the weekend goes on, and he messages this morning telling me to ship it today. I'm like, dude, the post office is closed. It's a holiday. I could go put it in the mailbox, but that's about as far as I can take it because they're not going to be delivering this stuff today. And then he comes back, he was given attitude, and then eventually he said to cancel it. I'm like, yeah, I will gladly cancel it, because if you're already a pain in the butt when it comes to how fast this was shipped for a $9 item, no, I don't want your business. So sayonara, buddy. But we do have a lot of small items, but then obviously we have to have some killer items in here to be breaking the $2,000 weekend. So we'll start with the smalls. I always go from the smallest to the largest, and then I'll do Mercari separate, which does not have the largest, but it has the second to largest on Mercari. But all right, I was trying to remember. I know I just bought these. Okay, these are Harmony remote pieces. I don't remember where or what I paid for it. I did not put it in my spreadsheet. That was on me. It had to have been either at my local thrift or at a garage sale. I don't remember. Short-term memory is like mush to me. Absolutely mush. So I'm going to say $2 just for the sake of the spreadsheet. And at the end, when you get the breakdown of what I actually paid and what my actual profits are, so I'm going to say $2 for the sake of the video, but it wouldn't have been more than that. I don't pay that much for these. Like, I've got a box of more of this stuff, including box sets. So Harmony, Logitech Harmony, they don't make them anymore, which apparently they're working on a new one now, but that's a moot point. So they are discontinued, and they are great, great products. Why they stopped making them, I don't know, but they are universal remotes that can control everything. Like a universal remote in my head was always like, okay, you got a VCR, a DVD, and then the TV. It'll do those three things. This does all of your smart stuff. So it's a really, really great concept. And I got a whole box of them at a yard sale this week with multiple remotes, multiple hubs, a box set. It was $20 for this whole box. So I know I easily made my money on these. I'm just going to say it was $1 or $2. All right. So the first one is I separated them, by the way, because I don't have any cables. So these were cable free just for parts. And this one is the hub. Sold it for $15.90. I think it's free shipping. And then this one sold for $22. And this is the little remote. I don't know if they go together, but I put them as two separate parts. And yeah, that's still, what, $30? $40? Almost $40. I mean, for two of these. That's amazing. These are definitely, add that to your BOLO list if you haven't already. All right, then we've just got a little head cover. This was I think it was $2 at a garage sale, but it was like brand new. This thing is super clean, amazing condition. It sold for $12 plus shipping. It's going to just go into a poly bag. No, it's not a huge profit, but that's like I was saying with the filter. I'm okay doing like small potatoes when they're going to be quick sellers. And like, yeah, it's okay to have some small potatoes in there. It doesn't have to be all about the big money makers, because not every day are you going to sell the big money makers, but I want sales every day. So I need to have some small potatoes in order to keep that rhythm going. Next up, we've got a Jim Shore Snoopy birthday candle figurine. I didn't think it was an ornament. Just a little figurine. He's cute. Just a little Snoopy holding a little cupcake. Adorable. I paid... What did I pay for you, Snoopy? Snoopy. I paid $1. $1. It had to have, I don't remember where. Either my thrift store or an estate sale. But it was definitely out in the wild. So far, all of these items are out in the wild. Okay, my wild, if you're new to the channel, is your garage sales, your thrift stores, your estate sales, out in the wild. But I also get a lot of my inventory from my bin store. So when I am mentioning my bin store, it's my Amazon liquidation, and that's where probably 50-ish% of my items come from. But never, ever, ever will it be 100%, because I have to make sure I am continuing on my amazing train of the wild. Like, that's where my big money comes from. That's where a lot of these items come from. And that is where the consistency will always come from. I cannot put all of my eggs in one basket, which is my bin stores, because as you've been following, if you have, they've been going downhill. And I knew that from the beginning, 3 years ago when they started. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. This is definitely going to be gone in like a month. And sure enough, it lasted longer than that, but it's definitely on a downward spiral. So that's amazing to still keep fresh out in the wild, out at these other sales, so that you're always feeding your bucket, and you're always filling up your store with items that are still hot and still selling now. All right, these sold for $21. I don't know if I said that, but I paid $1. All right, then we've got some Nespresso pods. These were originally purchased for a friend who needed them, but then it turned out that that wasn't his machine. So I went ahead and kept them. I paid $3 at the bins, and they sold for $27. Free shipping, yes, but I'm just going to tape this up and stick a label on it. We're not going box in a box. It's coffee pods. All right, then this next one was a doozy, okay? So this next one is a fan. It is a Pioneer mini fan. I have had this in my store for approximately 4 years. Long time. So what are the odds I'm going to find it after it's been in that pile for 4 years? Very slim. So I was at an estate sale this weekend, and guess what I find? This thing sold on Friday. Guess what I find this weekend? And oh gosh, did it sell Friday? Yeah. It sold like early Friday, and then Saturday, I went back to that estate sale for day 2. You're going to hear the stuff that I found at that sale because there's one thing that already sold. But I go back on day 2 for half off, and those fans are there. I'm like, all right, well, now I don't have to worry about finding my 5-year-old fan. I'm going to give them this one. It's the same model, same exact one, half off. So it was $2.50, and they had 2 of them. So yes, I'm going to buy them both because I'd hate to get home and realize the one I just bought didn't work. And then I'm really out of luck. So no, buy them both, Jennifer, because if one doesn't work, you still have the one to ship. And if they both work, I've got an extra fan. Hallelujah. So it sold for $17. I just needed to get it out of here. And now I'll eventually find that other fan. It's probably in here somewhere. But luckily you don't see behind this camera because it's a hot stinking mess back there. And we've got a lot of work to do. But normally we can find my inventory as long as it's not something that's that old. And you know it's that old because of the pictures. And this next one also features that awful picture to show that I've had this item for more than 3 years. And that goes to a Braun blender container. Okay. So this little guy, it is Braun brand, which I did not know Braun made blenders. They make like toothbrushes. They make shavers. They make blenders. Who knew? But apparently they're not very popular because I've had this for 3 years. So it eventually sold. I mean, everything will eventually sell. Someone needed it. Theirs obviously broke and they needed a new one. And it sold. I paid, oh, was it in my spreadsheet? I doubt it. It's really, really old. Was it in there? A little bit. I'm looking. Oh, it was in there. Okay, so it was actually from September of 23. So it's actually only 2 years old. All right, how about that? So I paid $4. Will I do that again? Nope. I'm not holding something for 2 years for a $4 item. No, I want stuff that's selling now. So it finally sold for $27 plus shipping. So that's probably what killed it, is big items are expensive shipping. So if it cost this person, gosh, what did they pay for shipping? It is going to Tucson. This is going to my neighbors. And they still paid $10 to ship it. So yeah, that was the only way it was going to sell, is it had to stay in the state. And that's funny. It's literally going to a neighbor. All right, but oh well. They are happy to get it, and I'm happy to get it out of here. Okay, let's do next up. It was a lot of old items, but it's really fun to see how much of this is not from my bins. Like, it just gives me that peace of mind of where my focus needs to be, and that will always be at these estate sales, because as you can see, that's the stuff that's moving. It's not going to be always the bin store stuff. So I need to keep that as my focus. All right, we've got some shoes. They're way down here. I have had them for a very long time. Again, you could tell because of the pictures. I did not get that one in my spreadsheet. So I'm going to say $20 just for the sake of... No, I was just saying $5 for the sake of the spreadsheet. They're just old shoes. They're men's dress shoes. I don't remember where, when, or why I bought these. I'm guessing it was probably like one of the church-run estate sales or the church-run like holiday sale or something. We'll just say it was $5 and it sold for $27. So small potato, yep, but that's all right. Let's get them out of here. 25 items getting out of my store brings way more joy than you can imagine because, again, I've got too much stuff. All right, we've got another one that I just picked up on Saturday. Nope, Friday. This was on Friday late in the day, you guys, like 11 o'clock in the morning, way late in the day. I went back after hitting up my bins, and then I went back to this house because it was on the other side of town and got a bunch of stuff. So this is one of them. Another one already sold too. You'll see that in the video. But then one that was really neat. I need to get these listed. But you guys, this late in the day, again, this sale probably started at 7 o'clock in the morning. Here we are after 11. It's probably 11:30 when I get to this house. Gucci sunglasses. Yes. And that Polar watch, he's used. And there's no power cable in there, no charger. So this guy, I paid $1 and it sold for 45 bucks. Okay. I paid $1 for Gucci sunglasses. These are the vintage ones and they are aviators. I had to remember what that was called. They're legit. I looked at all the real ones that are out there and the way that they're engraved on the side. Like, there, you guys want to see me in some Gucci sunnies? I love calling it what the cool kids are calling it. I can't keep these because I can't see. I love really nice sunglasses. Like, yes, I love good sunglasses, but I can't see. So they're only so much fun if I need to drive and know where I'm going. Like, no, Jennifer, you can't have pretty sunglasses. But that's all right. So these little guys, I gotta list them. They're sitting here just staring at me, and it blows me away that even that late in the day, you can still find good things at these sales. So yeah, I paid $1, and he actually had 2 pairs, but the other ones were broken. They were a thicker band, the plastic band, and it was broken. So I left it. I'm sure for $1, I still could have got something for them for someone who knows how to fix them, but that's not my game. No, thank you. Someone else can deal with it. I'll take the ones that are in one piece. All right, here we do have a couple bin finds. This first one is a footprint. All right, it's a weird one. It is a Fly Creek. Why did I call it a footprint? I don't know why I called it. Oh, because it says tent footprint. I didn't make that up. Okay, so it's a 2-person tent thing, okay? No idea. I guess if you're a camper, you know what in the world this is. I do not. But it was $1 day. No, it wasn't. It was $3 day. Still amazing. $3 day. And what's fun is there was someone else there. And I've learned to really like give a, what's it called? When like you give a really calm face to not show your bluff. Like, okay, there's a word for it. I can't think of it. But I was doing that. And so this person, he had it in his hand. There was 2 of these, right? I had one, he had one. And I'm just like, oh yeah, no big deal, right? I see what you got there, but I'm not going to make a big deal about it. He throws it. Yes! So I grabbed it and threw it in my cart. So I got 2 of these, you guys. $3, and it sold for 49 bucks. There are actually 2 different models. This one is the UL2, and the one that he threw out was the UL1. Still listed, still a $45 tent footprint. I guess it goes underneath your tent. That is my guess. Leave the tent body behind and bring your footprint, rain fly, and poles to create a fast and lightweight air shelter. Footprint sold separately. Okay, so this is the wall. Oh, so this one's even fancier than, like, I don't know. Okay, I need to stop thinking about it. But it's part of a tent, so if you're like a camper and you don't want to carry a big old tent, this is all you have to carry. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, $50. Free shipping, but come on, this is going into a poly mailer. It's like foam. I don't even know what the heck it is. All right, this next one is a bin find, but it started as a personal find, okay? Hexclad. I loved, always dreamed of having Hexclad dishes. Nope, Hexclad cookware. And I finally got a set, but I way overpaid. This was when it was brand new at my bins, and I was getting so excited. I think I paid like 250 bucks. I know, it's dumb. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've always wanted them, and I know they're like $500, $600 sets. And then I later find out that they were getting boatloads of them. So hindsight's 2020, right? If I knew that, I would have waited until I built my collection at $15 a piece. But this one, so then once they started showing up, I was just clearing house, getting as many as I could find. And then there was a lot of them that are really worn. That's why I think they had so many of them. I don't think they're fake. I think they're just really worn. And Hex is not known for actually being non-stick. You need to still like season them. You still need to use oils when you cook. You still cannot overheat them. They get hot fast. So I have a gas stove. Thank you. And it gets hot. So on my old pans, I can go to like a medium high to cook fried food, but in these, I need to go to like a medium low, like to a 5 or 4 instead of a 6 or a 7. I don't know how your stove is. I think 8 is my high. So yeah, I need to be at like a 2, 3 when I'm cooking up eggs. Like, otherwise you're going to fry your egg and therefore it's going to stick to your pan. I learned that with eggs. Here's a fun fact. With eggs, if you cook them too hot, you burn the egg, and someone used another word for it. It's like the protein in it or something that you're burning, and that's what makes it stick. So no matter how much spray, like the cancer spray, don't cook with that if you do, or you use fresh oils, it's still going to stick. It's because you burned your egg. So keep your temperatures low. Let your egg cook over time. It's not a rush. All right. There you go. If you didn't know that, fun fact. And Hexclad made me learn that because I was burning all my eggs. And I'm like, what is this garbage that my eggs keep sticking to? It's because you're cooking it too hot, Jennifer. So use your oils. Don't use cooking spray. Use the cooking spray for baking. It's great in your baking dishes, not in your cookware. You're gonna ruin it. There's like, I don't know what the heck they put in that spray, but it's just pure ick, and it just destroys your cookware. Okay, it sold for $50, $49, free shipping. It is very well loved. I now have 2 of this size. This is like the medium 10-inch. So I kept 2 of them. And now I just need to get rid of the ones that I was kind of hoarding. I listed another set of the 3, no lids, just the frying pans. I think I have those listed for like 60 or 70. Like, now I just need to get rid of them. I've got too many pans in here, and they're taking up a lot of space. So someone got a good deal. $50 for a Hexclad. Yeah, so I've easily paid for my $250 set. To make that clear, after I've sold as many as I have over the few months, I've easily paid for the ones that I kept, but it still bugs me that I paid as much as I did. Oh well, we've had some good food and burnt eggs. Okay, then we've got, all right, that second item that sold right here, from that sale that I got to at 11:30 on Friday. This one was $5, okay? It is a Delphi satellite radio manufacturer, Sirius satellite XM thing, okay? But it's brand new. So I opened it up, and inside, it's still in its plastic. So it is brand spanking new. I paid $5, sold it in 2 days for $60. Yes, it's free shipping, but come on, that's as easy as it gets. I might even... No, I don't think I can get it into a poly, but I've got boxes, so no shame. It was a fast seller for a very small cost of good. All right, next up, we've got a few more bin items. This one was that $3 day, same day that I got that tent thing, and it's just that nerdy stuff. So anytime you find your nerdy stuff, when it says like that Band-Aid, that's a brand to look for. It's all in Japanese, so I don't know what it says, but made in Japan, and it is part of Dragon Ball Z. So I just looked it up, right? Find out what the world this says, and I just typed in that Son Gohan and looked at all the pictures, listed it, I think for $60. Someone sent me an offer of $50 plus shipping. Yes, please. Like, I'm not going to say no. I'm fine being the middleman. Like, this just got you a good deal. I paid $3, so yes, I will sell it to you for $50. Off he goes, and he will definitely go into another box because people are buying it to keep it in good condition. We've got an oldie. This is a bin find that I've had for over 200 days. I love that eBay now is putting how long your item has been listed. It helps when I'm getting an offer and it says it's been on eBay for 282 days. Yes, I will accept whatever that offer is. I've had it for too long. It needs to get out of here. So this one goes in that category. Upside down. It is a helmet radio communication system, intercom, whatever. Bluetooth 5.0. Someone messaged and he's like, oh, is it the new one or the new one with the 5.1? I think it says 5.0 right on there. People, look at your pictures. So I think I listed it for $100. And they don't make this anymore. So I was trying to find out what the current price is, and I had the only one. So I'm like, all right, I'm still going to keep it listed for $100. But again, someone sent me an offer for $75. Yes, that's 25% off. Sure. But let's get it out of here. Like, I've been holding it for almost a year. Someone needs this in their life, and I took the offer, and it is open box, but it is new. Okay. This next one was just from Friday. This was at the bins. So I was in line at my local bin at like roughly an hour before they opened and get in, and I only found one thing. And that's when I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm going to go hit my sales again. I'm going to go back around to my yard sales and see who else has popped up, and head over to that other sale that we just found those other things. This was the one I found on Friday morning. I then go back, fast forward. I go back at about 2 o'clock. I finished the sales, got some food, went back, and people put them back. Or they pulled more out. I don't know. I don't think they did. I don't think they pulled any new inventory. That's why everyone left as fast as they did that morning. So this is a blade. It is a Benchmade Knife Company dagger something. So this one's still sealed, so I'm not going to open it. But there was one that was open, so that's the one that I put into the pictures. I had a total of 3 of them, okay? So this one and 2 more that I found later in the day. That's why, like, yeah, it's still great to still go to these bins, but I don't put a lot of my eggs in that basket. Because if I'm only finding 1 or 2 things, no, I filled my car on Thursday and Friday morning at estate sales and yard sales way more than I did at the bins. So just kind of put that in perspective. So it sold for $84. I think I listed it for $90. And again, I took an offer. So, and I still have 2 more to go. They were $15 on Friday. Sold. Okay. Now we are breaking 100. I think we're about the halfway point. Okay. So speaking of Thursday and Friday, on Friday morning, I was first in line at this estate sale. They posted some preview pictures, and I wanted to be first in line. I knew what was in this picture. I knew what room it was in. Like, I pictured what was around this room, so I know when I get in this house, what to look for to know that that's the room to go after. I know, I'm a nerd. But I figured out what my plan was, and I knew I needed to be first. So here I was, first in line. I get in, and I just start grabbing some stuff in this room. I grabbed, the first thing that my eye caught was actually a camera. It was a Canon, one of the fancy ones that are worth well over $100 to $200. It ended up being an empty box. So, sad face. But there was another thing in that picture that I did get. There was the 2 things, was the reason I was in that line, and I got them both. One was the disappointment. The other one paid off, and I'll show you that towards the end. Yeah, I still have a few more till I get to that. But then as I'm in this room, of course, this is the tech room, you guys, and huge hello to my bird friend who came to say hi to me at this sale. I'm sure you were watching this video, so thank you for saying hi. If you guys ever see me in the public, I'm probably just shy and nervous to meet these new people, but I'm excited to meet you. So thank you for coming up and saying hi at that sale, and hopefully you still found some good stuff too. So I was in this room, it was the tech room, and I'm just grabbing stuff. We had a Samsung box, and I'm like, okay, I've seen that before. Let's just grab it. And I was just grabbing some things. I didn't look absolutely everything up, but a lot of it's just kind of in my brain to know, like, okay, cameras, just grab them. Samsung, you grab them. Sony, you grab them. So there was a few things that I grabbed that may not have been worth it. One was it was a very crafty house. So I grabbed a couple boxes of this mint stamper and some parts that went with it. And it turned out that wasn't that great, which is fine, because then you're about to see the one that was worth it, including this one. So, all right, you guys, this is called a One Connect Mini. This goes to a Samsung TV so that you can attach more HDMIs to it. When you had an old TV, I know this because we had it. So when you had an old Samsung TV, there was only like 1, maybe 2 HDMI ports. And as we know now, you need like 15 of them if you have multiple devices that are connected to your TV. So this gives you that option. So you could put your PlayStation, you could put your Xbox, you could put your Blu-ray player, and then you can put your audio equipment. I don't know. All the things that my husband plugs into our TV. You could do it right into this. So this one is a little worn. Like, it definitely got a little smushed here. But I mean, these are definitely worth grabbing. I put it up for cheaper than what it would have gone. If this did not have that dent, it would have been $150. But because it's dented, I went ahead and put it as a reasonable price so somebody gets a really good deal. And it sold for full price, $100. I paid $3 at this sale. $3. And I didn't even look it up. Like, I get home and I'm looking at this and I'm like, uh-oh, did I need to buy that? And it turned out, yep, I did, Jennifer. That was a good one. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now we've got some shoes. again to the old. Like there is some really old stuff in this day of sales. These are some Nike Air Jordans that are not, I don't buy shoes now. Like I don't buy very many shoes now. This one is definitely an old one. And this is the one that I'm saying I probably paid 20 bucks. I don't remember when, where, or how much I paid for them. But for the sake of numbers, I'm going to say 20. Because being Air Jordans, I probably paid up thinking I know what the heck I'm doing. But Jennifer, stay in your lane. Shoes are not your lane. So these are some Air Jordans. Super, super dusty. I mean, they're in good condition. They're just old shoes. And they smell like old shoes. But it finally sold after this long for $85. I have had them forever. A very, very long time. So I'm happy to get rid of them. Maybe someone's getting them for Christmas. I don't know. But off they go. Alright, this next one, this was a good one. This was on $5 day. And it's one of these DSM-5 systems. I have no idea what that stands for, but I've sold these books before. The DSM-5 stuff. Is it tech? System, process, trauma. Okay, it's a nursing thing. Family systems. Yeah, this has to be a nursing thing. Alright, I have no idea, but it's worth it. So I paid $5 and it sold for $100 for one little book. Offers useful strategies for creating rapport between the linear-focused DSM-5 TR and the circular casualty approach of systems-oriented clinicians. I feel like I just read German. So, I don't know. Super fancy book, and it sold for $100. Yes, please. Yes. Okay, then we've got a Carhartt jacket, another oldie. I've had this one for probably over a year, and it was a bins find. Surprisingly, they were getting some good clothes a while ago. So I paid $15, but I've had it for a while. Luckily now with winter coming for the rest of the world, big jackets are going to start selling. So this is a Carhartt 3XL. So I knew for sure it was going to sell because it is a 3XL. Those are going to be much harder for people to find out in the wild. They need to be buying it online. That's the same with like shoes. If you have like a size 15 shoe, you're going to be able to ask for good money online because people with these very large feet need very large shoes. So we need a large jacket. You're going to be looking elsewhere than just in stores. So it's still a really good deal. Someone got it 30% off for $90. And I'm happy to get it out of here. And that's definitely going into a poly bag. Alright, we've got a Nikon. $2 at an estate sale. I went through my little death pile. We'll call it a death pile. It's just my listing pile. I went through it this week, filled up a donate box. Yeah, I did because I'm like, Jennifer, why did you buy that? And I'm just done staring at it. It's not worth anything. Does not bring me joy. I will just take the tax deduction and get it out of here. So I've got space now for new inventory and things that still need to get listed, but it's not an awful pile. So this guy was in that pile, and it was $2 for this Nikon Touch AF. That still cracks me up. I mean, it's just a very basic camera, but I did put a new battery in there. Brand new battery, and it sold for $115. So always have batteries on hand. You can get these ones. These are my Amazon basics. They are the lithium 3-volt CR123A. So these 123s, oh, just kidding. This was actually at a sale. It's got a $2 price tag. So this had to have been an estate sale, garage sale, thrift store, one of those. But that is what I include in the camera. So by adding this brand new battery to it, ended up, one, I could test it because the battery that was in there was dead. So I knew it worked. And you can add about $10 to your value when you go to sell it. I paid $2 for this whole box. Usually they're about $10 on Amazon. When you can add $10 to each camera, you're still making a profit. And it's going to sell faster with a brand new battery. Fun fact. All right. So this guy sold for, I don't know if I said it, $115. Okay, this next one, this is what was in line, what had me in line to be first at this estate sale, okay? I'm looking at these pictures, and I showed it to one of my friends who does not go for any of the tech stuff. I'm like, look at this room. And it's just a table full of, to her, junk. To me, gold. Like, I'm seeing cameras, I'm seeing combo players, I'm seeing VCRs, I'm seeing DVDs and games, and I'm just seeing heaven on this table. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I'm going. And it's just funny to see when other people that don't go after my stuff, they're like, oh, that's just a table of junk. I do the same thing when I see their junk. I'm like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And they're like, Jennifer, it's worth $300. Well, it's because it's ugly. So it's funny how different eyes obviously see different things. But, of course, I spied this in the back. And the best part, they called it an Xbox 360. Yes, they called it an Xbox 360. This is not a 360. A 360 is 20 plus years old. I had this conversation in my last video. This is not it. This is an Xbox One S. So kind of weird how Xbox changed their names. Like there was the One, then like the One S, the One X, and then an X, and then an XS. I don't know. They're getting as confusing as all the PlayStation whatevers. Like, just get creative with your names. Oh well. So yes, this was a new Xbox, newer Xbox. It did not have power, but I keep power on hand. These are the little figure 8 looking power cords. It did come with controller. It also came with Call of Duty World War II. That was in the player. So bonus, that was in there. But the best part, $5 for this Xbox 360. So, yes, that's why I don't feel bad when I'm filling up my bag and I still spent like $40 at this sale, because there were some things that I bought that maybe I shouldn't have, but I got this for $5. So, come on, it's a numbers game. So, yes, it was worth grabbing it for $5. Last night, I plugged it all in. What this TV is here. Plugged it in, reset it, tested it, cleared all of its games and all of its background stuff to give it a factory reset. I learned that it is the 1 terabyte, which is the bigger one, and listed it last night. I did not turn on best offers because I did not want to play that game all night long, because that's just what people do when you deal with video games and consoles, is you get all the 12-year-olds that are going to send you offers of $10. No, not playing that game. Not with this. I know what it is, and I know it's going to sell fast. Fun fact, too, is their pricing went ridiculous. Hubby showed me what an Xbox X, whatever, the one that he has, they're for over $500 now, like $550. It's like, I think we got his for $400, but that was, 5 years ago? How old is this? They're old. So, they're now more than they were 5 years ago when it first came out. Like, wow. It's just the cost of everything. It's funny. Not funny. Not haha funny, but crazy how much something that old can still hold its value and go up in value. So this is the one before that. The one that he has that we thought it was at first is that X, the Xbox X whatever. And it's super square. It's like a giant rectangle, or a cube or whatever you call it. This one is flat. So it's not. It's the one. And tested it, like I said, cleared everything out, listed it for $120 plus shipping, sold overnight. And I listed it at probably 8 o'clock last night, and it's already going out today. So that was definitely worth the $5, being first in line at the sale, and getting that Sony thing for $100. And I still need to list that Silhouette Mint. I still have a couple other things over here from that sale to list. So, yeah, it was worth the $35 that I paid at the sale. Easily. Okay, I should have brought a drink in here. I'm thirsty. Okay, this next one is a garage sale find. Oh, these next two are not bin finds. I love that. So, we've got a good mix today. Like, it's probably, I'll count it when I'm done, but I think we're at right about 50% wild and 50% bins. So, I'll do another count, though. Okay, this next one is a garage sale. I paid, I think it was $30 each. I got 2 of these, and I think it was $60. So, $30 for this guy, $30 for one that's like it. These are I don't even know what in the world it is. It takes your book, so you take a picture of the screen, and then you can zoom in. So, it's like a microscope, for your books. I don't know, but they're fancy and they're expensive. So I took an offer though, because they've been selling for a little bit less. There's actually someone else that does this. He was behind me in line and I see it in one of my videos. He got one of these for $10 at one of those sales. And I'm like, oh, that's good. It's okay. I paid $30, yes, but it just sold for $150. So I'm sure he easily got $150 too, but that's fine. That's why there's so much stuff out there. There's enough for everybody to be finding stuff, and high five to him for being able to get that. I was probably off getting something else. Oh, I think that was the Pokemon house. I think it was. So that's how I'm like, okay, no. I got those Pokemon cards. He could easily get this whatever weird reader thing. Yeah, $150. Yes, please. And yeah, it's free shipping, but it's small. And it comes with this little holder thing so you can put your books under it. Comes with the cable. Yes. So $150. I will take it. And the last one on eBay, I am not going to pick up because it's at the bottom of this pile. This one was up in Phoenix. I was up in Phoenix and I got to go to a fun thrift store up there. That's probably my favorite one up in Scottsdale. White Dove or something. So if you're ever in Scottsdale, check them out because that was a really, really nice thrift store. Pricing was great. And this one was half off. They do different things for half price as my local thrift store does here. So these were half off on the kitchen stuff. I paid, what did I pay for this thing? Where'd you go? I paid up because after I got home, I saw the sticker on the side that it was at someone's yard sale for like $10 or something. It had a really cheap price on it. And then it goes to this thrift store and they priced it way more. But that's okay because I paid $37.50 and it is a Philips coffee maker. Okay, that's all it looked like was a Philips coffee maker. But apparently this one is super rare and amazing condition. It was brand new, open box. It sold for $350 for a coffee pot. Like, mind blown. That one absolutely blew me away because I'm like, what's with this coffee pot? I mean, it was new in its box, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to look it up. Yeah, so it was priced at $70 or whatever half of that is. So that's why it went down to the $36, $37 that I paid for it. But again, it sold for $350 and those extra few bucks went to this thrift store. That's fine. Like, again, I'm fine paying a little bit more when I know, yes, I am getting a killer deal on this. It's selling for $350. Wow. Okay, so let's hop over to Mercari. We've got a couple things over there. Before I do that, I do want to give a couple quick shout outs to make sure in the description you grab my free BOLO list, top brands, top items to watch as a reseller. Grab that completely free in the description. But you can also grab my desert dashboard. You guys, I need to do my giveaway. All right, I'm doing my giveaway. We'll have to put that in here because I need to do that. So the giveaway was for a free version of my dashboard. And that is my spreadsheet that I use to keep track of my inventory and my sales and my fees and my deductions and my miles and all the things all in one spreadsheet. I've created it and I share it now. It's available in the description. Use coupon code DESERT10 and you can get $10 off of it. It's a one-time purchase. It makes it $37 with the coupon. And it's yours for lifetime. So really, you're just paying for my time of creating it. And then that's it. It's yours. You're not paying a monthly. You're not paying a subscription. And you have me for support. So if you have questions on it, you can always reach out to me. And we need to do the free one. But I think what I'm going to do is have him put that in here. And then we will do my Mercari. Or we'll do my Mercari and then he'll put it in. All right, I'll leave that up to him. He's my editor. Okay, so I'm going to still give you those Mercari sales because that's what I need to do. And then depending where he put it, we'll figure out where he puts it. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to come in here. Okay, I'm going to have to do it after I record this. Because I don't remember how I full on pull up. And then I got to record my screen. And he's got to turn on the recorder on my screen. Yeah, it's going to have to be right after I record this. Okay, you guys. So I got 2 items that sold over on Mercari. First one I just found on Friday. at a garage sale. Yes, it was a garage sale on Friday. I paid up. It was $7, but you guys, it's an old iPod Touch. Normally, I hoard these. Yes, I have an addiction to iPods. The Touch does not bring me joy. Like, these are old ones. Like, they're not exciting. I'm sure my kid would have loved it, but she doesn't need it either. It is an iPod Touch, 32 gigabyte, with the box. I mean, with the case. It's just a really cool piece to have. And it works. I tested it. I charged it. It has its charging cable. Like, that should be worth money right there. But I took an offer, $30. So I paid $7, sold it for $30 plus shipping. Shoo! 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 Good me. But it sold fast in a matter of 2 days. And then my best sale on Mercari, you guys. This is the one that's in that gray area. So you cannot sell prescription medical devices. Period. End of story. You will get flagged. This one is a medical device accessory. So it's not a prescription and it's not like an internal device. I know I say this every time these sell, and Mercari, they like to flag it. So I get the message, I'm in Mercari jail, but then they come back and say, oh, whoops, we didn't mean to put you in jail. You're out. We apologize. Every time they do that. So they're quick to put me in jail, but then they see what the item is and they take me out of jail. So these are Pure Wick external catheters. Okay, so these are the pieces. I've sold these for years now. Like, it's a consistent thing that I'll find out either at my bins or out in the wild. First time I found them was out at a garage sale. And you can't sell the actual device that does said catheter stuff. But these are female external catheters. So again, we don't have to go into the whole system behind it, but they are not banned. They're kind of in that gray area. So expect to go to Mercari jail, but then they should forgive you and get you out of jail. But don't put it on eBay. Not worth it. I don't even play in the eBay land with my gray area. I don't touch it. So these will always go on Mercari, and I'll play the temporary jail with them, because this 4-pack just sold. I paid $5 each at my bins, and the 4-pack sold for $300. Yeah, so that's how I had almost a $2,500 weekend. Wow. Okay, so now I want to get into that recording. Okay, yeah. Figure I'll think while I do, but we're going to get into that recording. I've got to have hubby come in and turn on my screen so that I can line this all up. But you guys, yeah, amazing, amazing sales, and I can't wait to give you a copy of my dashboard. So stay tuned. All right, let's go ahead and do the drawing. I'm going to do this real quick on here just so you can watch it live. We've got the YouTube video. I asked you guys to say dashboard in the comments. We are going to get one winner, random. Yes, get comments. Oops, 5 plus 5. And
you want to do a backup one just in case too?
Nope, I don't need to. Okay, amount of unique comments, 37. Okay, so how do we do it here? Okay, we already did that. Get my comments. Okay. Start the raffle. Right here. All right, here we go. All right, we go to ZL McNeil. Congratulations. I will go ahead and comment that down here in the pinned comment so you know that you won. But congratulations. Send me an email to support@desertsellers.com, or you can send me a message on Instagram as Desert Sellers with your email address so that I can send you a link to your dashboard. Should I give 2 of them away? All right. I'm feeling a little helpful here. Okay, because it was such an amazing, amazing weekend, let's do another one. I want to do another one, if I can figure this out. Start raffle. Yes, yes. I want to do it again. How do I do it again? Age is 14. Get my comments. All right. I'm hoping it doesn't give a duplicate, but if he gets it again, I'll have to draw again. But here we go. Let's give another one. And 3, 2, 1. Crafter Mom. Congratulations. All right. So we got 2 winners of today's dashboard. If you guys want to still check it out, like I said, use coupon code Desert10 and you can also have a copy of it. But the 2 winners today, again, congratulations. Make sure you thumbs up the video, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.